Welcome to Ordinary. Ordinary is the place where we talk everything which matters for our lives. By saying that, let's move forward and see what topic that we have for today. Today we are going to discuss about how to learn programming without spending a single dollar. And most importantly, how to use the power of AI for this learning approach. So why AI? Because if you see nowadays, AI is the two letters in the world which is most trending. If anything attached to AI, everyone is so interested about learning what it is and what they can learn from that. So let's move forward how we can accomplish that. First point, why someone need to learn programming? As you know, when the word programming comes to your mind, it's more attached to the IT, right? Maybe you are a person that thinking of a career change. So maybe you are not into IT, you are into some other field, for an example, business, sales, or something else, right? So, but you are thinking of moving into a profession into IT or maybe moving into a role in IT. So when it comes to your mind, the first thing for the first step that someone would like to do is okay, let's learn some programming, right? So there are some other areas that people can start, but within this video, we mainly focus on what are the building blocks someone can think of learning programming, right? Then the other point reason is maybe you are thinking of enhance your skill set, right? You are already into IT or you already know programming. Maybe you already know a couple of programming languages, but you wanted to extend your knowledge just to give the more opportunities for you in the market, right? So there you are thinking of like, okay, I will learn about the second programming language. I will learn about the third programming language. Else, if you are in a college, in basic terms, you want to brush up your knowledge before your next assignment because you know that next assignment is coming from to use a different programming language. So there can be various reasons. But overall, no matter what is the reason that you are thinking of learning programming? There are two main questions we need to look into. Basically, these are two main points actually. First one is where to start, right? This is a very valid question, very valid point. There's a reason. When you're looking to internet, if you go to YouTube and search on anything, like there are hundreds of thousands of content that different people have created. These contents are very important, very helpful, and a lot of information added. You can follow one content series and then jump into another. There are so many, right? But what is the approach you're going to follow? I will give an example. If someone want to learn about Python, so where are you going to start? Assume that you already know another programming language, for an example Java, you know really well, but you want to learn Python. So in that case, you may don't need to like go through like end to end everything, right? You need to just extract whatever the concepts, whatever the important things on the new programming language, then you can sync up with the knowledge what you have already, right? So therefore we need to figure out where we're gonna start that, right? As I mentioned, there are free content available and there are so many course offerings available to enroll. If you are really new to programming, so someone might think, okay, I will go and enroll for a course, I will pay some money for that, and at the end of the day, I will get a certificate and I will get some recognition and I will have something to put in my LinkedIn profile. Different reasons. If you're a person that thinking you need kind of a structured learning, the supervised learning, and someone need to guide you through a given path, and at the end of the day, you need some kind of recognition just to show, then yes, you have to go and follow one of these courses. But still, there are so many courses available. Only thing is, at the end of the day, you will not get an official confirmation about, okay, you have successfully completed. You got like grade A, grade B, or whatever, right? So therefore, as a person, you have to decide. It depends on the person to person which approach you're gonna take. Are you going to use any of the free content available in internet? And then do self-learning, have approach. So in this video at the end I will show you like how we can use some AI tools to achieve this. Okay, and then if you're a person that you think need more supervised learning, then go for a course. That's the best way, right? Other thing is cost. This is very important, right? No matter what, it is a course or some in-person teaching. You need to know like what is the cost assigned to that, right? So if you're using this free content, that's the main focus on this video too. If you're using the free content in the internet, right? When you go to YouTube and search for different programming language trainings, it's zero cost, right? But the thing is, you need to have kind of a structure where to start, how you're gonna build your knowledge over the time. For that, you need to know certain important things. So before that, let's see like why we need to learn about programming language, right? So earlier we discussed about, okay, yes, I someone is thinking of a career change, someone is wanted to expand the skill set, or someone wants to like brush up their knowledge, whatever. But overall, why we someone is using a programming language is to build a logic, right? Because that's where the software engineer role comes into the picture. I will give an example. If someone asks you to write a program to add two numbers, what you do? So whatever the programming language you use, you get the first number, get the second number, then add first and second, then display the results, right? So no matter what, whether you are using Java or C++, C Sharp, Python, whatever, this is the logic. But the difference is you can write the same logic using different programming languages. So what you need to know then differently? Why you need to learn about another programming language? Because programming language the syntax is different, right? How we put certain things together, how we put certain instructions together is different programming language to programming language. So that's why you need to learn other programming language. Maybe you might start from the syntax and basic building blocks of a programming language, right? So let's move to the next section about what the checklist which you need to actually follow to learn a programming language, right? So no matter what is the programming language that you're going to use, this is where you need to start your learning plan. So you need to start, I would just like to divide it to four areas: basics, conditional, loops, and other, right? Under basics, every programming language adds a way of defining its associated data types, how to define a variable, what are the operators, how to use these operators, how to do a comment, right? So these are the basics. If you know Java really well, if you want to learn Python, so what you have to do, first start to learn about the syntax, how you're going to put together these things, how you are going to put basics together. Then move to the next section, then think about how you are going to do the conditional building blocks. For an example, if statement, switch. In C++, it's one way, in Java another way, but the concept is same. The logic what you are building is the same, right? Say for an example, if a given number is greater than 100, do this. It is the same no matter what programming language you are using. Only thing you need to know is how to use this if condition in a different syntax. So practice the basics, then move to the conditionals, and then move to loops, right? Because you need these for loops, while loops, if available, do while, whatever in that under the loops. So you need to learn like how to put these loops together in a different syntaxes. Then the other section. So break and continue, most importantly the exception handling, the functions, and also these are the basic building blocks. Then overall, if you go a little further, when talking about object oriented programming, there will be a separate video on that. If you want to learn about object oriented programming, yes, then you need to learn about how to define a class, how to define a function, and how to return a value from a certain function, all sort of things, right? Most important thing is, if in summary, if you want to learn about programming language, starts from this checklist. Learn the basics, syntax to syntax, learn the conditionals, learn the loops, learn the other concepts. What I mean by learn what is the syntax is. Where as long as you know the syntax, it is just a matter of putting together that syntax and build your logic. Logic is same. So no matter what programming language you use, you are using the same logic. Now, if you are not enrolling in a program on in a course, yeah, and if you are going to search on the YouTube to find out these things, what is the best approach to do? There are certain ways to do. First thing is, as I mentioned earlier, if you want, you can go and enroll for a course. There are so many online offerings. You pay some money on that and learn. They will give examples, validations, everything. But if you are a self-learner, you can easily go to YouTube. You can go to Bing, or you can go to Google. You can search on how to write for loop in C++, how to write this, and it will give number of results, and that's the traditional way we used to do this, right? And you go through the result set and you click on one and go through the details and all sort of things. Now, with the power of AI, we can actually um, give more value to that. We can get into a very easy or flexible way of learning this. How we can do, you can use everyday AI companion, something like Copilot, Microsoft Copilot, which comes with Bing, right? So when you say to Copilot, hey, please generate Python code, how to write a for loop, so it generates it. So you don't need to go and type like, okay, how to write a for loop in Python and get the result set and go one by one. These AI tools actually generate it for us, right? So Copilot is one which I have tested recently. So I'm going to show you like some examples on that. Okay, let me show you how to use some of these AI tools for your learning purposes of this programming language or anything else. But in this video, as mentioned, let's talk about programming languages, right? Let's go to bing.com, okay, which is the Microsoft search engine, right? And once you go there, click on this chat and it will take you to the homepage of Copilot, your everyday AI companion. Looks great. Perfect. Okay, let's ask Copilot to do something for us, right? Generate uh, Python code for while loop. Let's see what it's gonna generate. Look at this. It actually generates the very high level example and the output for that, and then some of the explanation about some of these points why it is using this, right? So let's move forward and ask generate code sample for exception handling in C#. Let's see what. Now this is a very easy way for you to use, right? When you know what is the topic that you wanted to go and check or test in the programming language, go and write this. Now, most important thing is whoever that listening to this video who knows another programming language, it's very easy for you. If you know something to do with one programming language, so just come to this place, Copilot, ask to generate the code for the same thing. So it will generate it, right? Now, as long as you can practice what are the different syntaxes like this, at the end of the day, it is just a matter of put all these together and build the logic on the desired programming language which you are planning to use, right? So this is one of the ways that you can use one of the AI tools which are very famous nowadays uh, to help you to learn programming language very easily. But make sure that, as I mentioned earlier, that you keep that checklist intact, right? So basics, conditions, loops, other, and some of the other specific topics. Then as you know these things and the syntax and how it works behind the scenes, yes, then you can move forward and then learn another language or like build your knowledge on top of that. Okay, with that, I assume this video have generated some value for you, like where to look into certain things and some of the key areas that you need to think about when you are planning to learn a new programming language or any other new technology. But if you have any feedback or any comments on what additional content that you would like to hear, please add a comment in the comment section below. So I will try to create more videos based on your feedback. Thank you so much from Ordinary, and goodbye.